Attention all stations. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue. This is VA3CJZ excuse me, opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, also known as AREG, for Wednesday, August 31st, 2022. Today marks 1,511 weeks that AREG has been on the air consecutively or weekly. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in East Hamilton. The Simplex Net was originally founded by John Sims, Victor Echo 3 Juliet Sierra uniform, who is now living in Manitouwadge, Ontario, since mid July 2018. He's quite happy there. So, anyone with a valid license who checks into the net from anywhere is welcome here. The idea is to have people check in to either test out their radios and antenna systems, maybe ask a radio or technical question, or to just say hello and tell us about their week. We do not discuss religion or politics, and foul language is not accepted here. The AREG is considered to be a very friendly net, so comments, questions, or break ins are welcomed, but this is still a directed net and go through the net controller. I have also been streaming the net live on YouTube for some time now. People who tune in can hear how they sound into my station and see their signal strength. Just type my call into the YouTube search box and look for us live under the title AREG Week 1511 or the Live button. And this net is on every Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. and ending around 10 p.m. local time here on 146.430 megahertz. While this is a simplex net, it is likely that not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. So this should not discourage you from participating, and it may encourage some of you to improve your station. Keeping in mind that relaying communications has a long history in amateur radio, and so we encourage you to ask for a relay when a station is unable to hear the other party or to pass on a message. And lastly, we ask that you please try and leave a 2-second delay between transmissions to allow others to break in. Now, I do have a 10-second question for the night. There's been some really weird solar weather activity this past week, radio blackouts, and all kinds of fun stuff. If you've noticed anything, tell us about it. May I now have check-ins for this evening's AREG?
VE3GNP.
All right, I heard two stations in there, but Garnett came in on top of everybody. That doubling station there, please come again.
XJ, I guess.
Yes, sir. VA3AXJ. Okay, is there anyone else?
Yeah, Art in there too, Chuck.
Okay, we'll switch over to the remote station when we get to Art. Art, you are acknowledged. Please stand by. Okay, Garnett, go ahead.
Yeah, just checking in, giving you a quick check-in anyways, Chuck. Far as Radio Blackout, a little bit. I've been hanging out on 40 meters a lot. Between 20 and 40 meters are my two bands I use the most.
Yeah, same here. The odd time 15 or even 17 meters. But mostly, yeah, the two main ones are 20 and 40 for me. 80 has been quite dead, to tell you the truth, unless you're up late at night and like to chit chat with the old guys. Not too many long distance contacts on 80 meters for sure. Okay, Garnett, thanks for that. Everything else going okay?
Yeah, 160 is going too, Chuck. Do you ever go on 160?
I listen to it when I can, but I only have an 80-meter antenna at the moment. But maybe if I can try a different antenna there, we could get it. But for now, we're just listening on that.
Okay, no problem, Chuck. Anyways, carry on. We'll talk to you. We'll be here for next go around property. VE3GMP.
Okay, Garnett, thank you very much, sir. VE3GNP in the North End. Let's go to Rick, VA3AXJ. Rick, good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening there, Chuck. Not much to say. I haven't had any problems with receiver or anything on my radio, but then again, I haven't been on it that much. Been busy. Did had to do another room today, or well, 4 days it took us to do it. But yeah, Larry's back in the hospital for a while, and I thought it's a perfect time to gut the room and paint it and get it all nice and pretty for him.
Oh, is that a roommate or something?
Yeah, I've had Larry with me for Christ, what, 25 years or more, I guess. Yeah, good friend.
Ah, very good, very good. Geez, I remember when my grandma used to make extra money by renting rooms out in her house, and they were always university students. That's pretty much all she'd take, because the University of Ottawa, this was in Ottawa, and the university was just within walking distance, pretty much. So yeah, always good. She had tenants for years, the same people, eh? I think until she had one guy until she stopped doing it. So oh, very good. Yeah, you pretty much have no choice but to develop a relationship, right?
Yeah, he helps me out a bit, and I help him a lot. What can I say? But yeah, he had both his legs done, both knees, and now he's got kidney failure, and it just keeps going on and going on, eh? But yeah, I look after him. Then I got my brother here too, and he's a handful. But yeah, I'm just glad it's over with. I got to cut the lawn tomorrow. I'm going to take a few days and just be a vegetable. I think for at least 2 days anyhow.
Yeah, Rick, I did my front lawn there today, and I'm quite proud of it. And it's garbage day, so the trimmings will go out tonight to the curb. So, all right, well, you're going to stick around there. We're going to drop down to the remote station and say hi to Art.
Yeah, I'll be in and out, Chuck. I'm going to be in and out the house here. So yeah, if I hear you yell for me, and I'll definitely pick up the mic. So
Excuse
we'll
me.
we'll be sandbagging or standing by and listening. VA3 XJ. We'll be back to net control.
Okay, Rick, downtown Rick, VA3AXJ. Thank you very much, Rick. We'll get back to you soon. Let's switch over to the remote station and say hello to Art. VE3 Kilo Charlie India VA3 CJZ. Art, are you there?
I didn't think you were ever going to get through.
Oh yeah. Well, I had to say hello to the other two check-ins there, and just switch over to the remote station there. So you sounded good tonight there, Art.
Yeah, I called in right at 8 o'clock and nothing.
Yeah. See, unless I'm on this radio system, the remote station, I can't hear you um, on my radio at home here. Plus, I've got an S4 noise level. Sounds like digital to me, pretty far away, but nonetheless, it causes problems. So I do apologize, but we can hear each other now. I'm sorry, uh, but we'll mark you in there at the top of the list there, Art.
Okay there, Chuck. So how's your week been?
Oh, not too exciting. Haven't done much there, especially when it got super hot and humid. I just hibernate, and so we're waiting for those nice days. Like today was a nice day; wasn't too humid. Cut the grass and made the front yard look pretty, so I feel pretty good.
What do you mean super hot? Beautiful temperatures.
Not when you get a humidex level of 40. Um, if the humidity was low, it wouldn't be so bad. Mind you, I do prefer Florida. The summertime weather is the same as up here, so it's not that bad. And it's humid there, yes, but you have an ocean that's always not far away. The state is very, very narrow. It's only, I think, 90 miles across or something. So you're pretty much always getting an ocean breeze. So yeah, I like it there. Anyhow, how about you? What have you been up to?
Not much. Enjoying the beautiful weather. Today was a little cool out there, but I mean, didn't really like it. Well, I like the 40 stuff better. But anyways, I hope you can hear me. Somebody's trying to walk all over you over there. Somebody's keying up the mic all the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody's playing around again. That's okay. You're coming over that, no problem. And I should be as well. So, yeah, there's a bunch of nonsense going on here. People have been attacking a few nets there, but we'll just keep on going. Just ignore them. It's fine. So, Art, yeah, today is August 31st, man. We do normally keep warmer weather into September nowadays. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get another month of summer. How about it there, Art? Are you there?
I want to get going with Jeepers. People like that want to play childish games on the radio. There's no sense of even trying to talk to you over there. So I'm going to call it tonight. Talk to you later, Chuck.
Okay, Art. Well, thank you very much for taking the time out to stop by and say hello. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you again soon. VE3 Kilo Charlie India, VA3 CJZ. Okay, well, let's see if anybody else is out there would like to stop by and say hello. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Any new check-ins, please come now.
The Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 3, X-Ray Lima Juliet.
Okay, I heard 3 stations there with a double. I heard IMW doubling with someone, and I heard Vanya afterwards. Who's the other station there?
VE3 BMO.
Hey, there he is. VE3 BMO. Okay, you're the first one in there, Pierre. So VE3 BMO, come on in.
Yeah, good day there, Chuck, and everybody on net. I managed to stay awake to give you a check-in there, Chuck. Just talking off an antenna in my window.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I noticed there was a bit of crackling there with your transmission, so I wasn't sure because, you know what, I was talking to KKP today, and he has like an S9 plus signal, and there was crackling in coming in with him. So yeah, pretty strange things going on. Have you noticed this week? That was my 10-second question there. With all the solar flares and radio, did you experience any radio blackout issues?
Nothing here that I noticed. At least not on this stuff.
Yeah, no, not on 2 meter 440. Are you off HF now, or you still have an antenna?
Yeah, no, I haven't had an antenna in a few years now.
Oh, for HF, really? Oh, okay. Oh, well, I guess the last one would have been the loop.
Actually, yeah. Actually, that would have been the last one. And I didn't really want to play around with that too much. It was a bit of a pain. It worked, but just I wasn't impressed by how much work was involved.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to plug and play, tune the dial, and not mess around with the antenna every time. I hear you.
Yeah, even if you went to a frequency just off of it, you would have to retune again, and just, yeah. So I packed that situation in. I still have my HF, one of my HF rigs, but just in case.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, is your dresser still full of stuff, or is that thinned out a bit?
No, that's thinned out a bit. My clothes closet got a little more jammed, but yeah, no, the top here's pretty bare. I got two radios, and both of them do the same thing.
Yeah, right on, right on. Well, your setup now seems to be working pretty good there. Plus, you got a directional antenna, so I don't know how big it is, but you can get those small ones pretty cheap. Under $100.
Oh yeah, it's like my beam out here. Yeah, it's just a little gaffer. It was pretty cheap. I think it was like $40 or something like that.
No, yeah. A number jumps into my head. The last time I saw one was like $70. But I don't even know if it was for 2 meter or 70 centimeter. But yeah, I finally fixed my pole, my mast pole for my beams. I had one pole inserted into another, a bigger pole, and I had a screw going through, of course, to keep it from spinning. Well, with all the high winds we've been getting there last year, big windstorms and that, it sheared the screw. And so every time it would be windy, my antenna would move direction, and I'd come outside and go, "Why is this move? Like, how did this move?" And then, sure enough, I noticed the screw had snapped.
Yeah, that would do it.
Anyways, we got that all fixed up for now until it snaps again. But we tried something different. All right, Pierre. Well, thanks for keeping your eyes open a little bit longer for us. Much appreciated, sir. I know you're banking all your dollars there, so good for you.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to going west. All right, Chuck. Thanks for doing that. And sorry I can't get on here as often as I'd like to, but you know how it goes. Work first, play later.
Yes, sir. I fully agree. And remember, when you're out there driving out west there, you got to play that Willie Nelson on the road again, and uh, and maybe a western song called "Go West, Young Man." Okay, Pierre. Anything else there before we say goodbye?
No, sir. That's it for me. And yeah, maybe one day you'll hear me on HF. I'll throw an antenna down on the ground. Back to you, Chuck. And once again, thanks for doing it. B3BMO.
Okay, Pierre. Thank you. Have a good rest of the evening there. Relax, my friend. You deserve it. Okay, next, let's go to Mac. VA3 Indy Mike Whiskey. Come on in, Mac.
Well, good evening, Chuck, and all on frequency. It's a beautiful day. My goodness gracious, the last day of August, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Isn't tomorrow September 1st? And we should all be shivering in our boots. Yeah, where did the summer go? My goodness gracious. Anyways, today was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous weather. It was nice. I had a conference call that started at 5 p.m. tonight, so I took it while I was driving home, and I got myself situated on the front doorstep to finish it up. And you know how it's you feel guilty when you go into the fridge and crack a cold one, sit down, and you're still in a business meeting? Well, I didn't feel guilty whatsoever. Anyways, yes, so I was talking to Ford Australia between 5 and 6 p.m., and that's par for the course. Anyways, that's a regular Monday and Wednesday event. Other than that, been knocking off a few POTA stations. I heard you say that band conditions were not all that good. I actually found that 40 meters was fairly wide open, a little noisy, but everybody was coming in loud and clear. So there was, I'm going to say maybe 5 that I knocked off between 6:30 and maybe quarter after 7. Actually went up to 20 meters as well and made a couple of contacts there. And of course, the late shift, everything's just, it's a little noisy, but it's working okay. Back to you, Chuck.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Very good. Me, I'm talking about peak sun, when between 12 and 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock there, absolutely noisy for me when the sun is directly above us. Um, I did notice though, the one reason I probably have noise is because the one leg of my G5 RV is tied down to the front end of the front part of my house, and it's just inches away from my eaves trough, and I mean the insulator is actually touching the eaves trough, and so the wire is really close to metal. So I'm wondering if that plays an issue. But we work with what we got. I'm trying to figure something to fix that, and so that it doesn't look ugly, because the front of the house is, the first thing you look at when you're driving by, not the backyard. Um, so yeah, we're working. We're trying to make a plan for that.
Yeah, Roger. And you can well imagine how the lobes would interact with that little bit of aluminum in the. That's not good. I'm not sure how that would affect your noise level. Probably on the transmit side, when the lobes are formed, and you might get a little bit of echo back from that aluminum, but. I don't know how that would affect on the receive side. Usually if you can get the legs up off the ground 10, 15, 20 feet, then a lot of the ground noise goes away. And of course, we always encourage people to ground things, and that helps to dissipate some of the noise. Anyways, yes, so radio conditions much improved this week over what we saw last week. And not sure if you would agree or disagree, but I'm starting to see things getting a little bit better from the leftovers of that solar event that occurred. And I guess it was Thursday, Friday last week that we had maybe some blackouts and stuff that I heard of. Of course, I'm not home during the day in order to experience that, but I'm pretty much relying on the evening time when things open up a bit.
Yes, so do I, Mac. I find the mornings up until about 11 in the morning or so is pretty good, and then in the evenings, like you say, after 5-ish, 6, it starts getting better. And then, of course, now that the sun goes down before 8 p.m. tonight, it went down at 7:56, I think, and it's the minutes are ticking away quicker for the sunsets every day now. So, but on a good note, I do have things that are blooming, and flowers and such. I accidentally today. My wife's gonna kill me. We have this one small, what is it, tiger lily plant. I accidentally ran over it today with the lawnmower. Well, I knocked it over, as I didn't run over it, so it kind of got chopped. So I've got it sitting in a glass in the living room for when Renata comes home, and see what she thinks about that. It's not the first. It's the second time I've done that. We've been here 4 years, 4.5. So, oh well. Hey, the grass looks nice. We just got to wait till next year for that plant to grow up again.
Okay. Look, honey, I picked you a flower. In an aggressive nature. All right, Chuck. Anyways, there's more to say. I'm gonna expand on some of the training and education processes we're gonna go through, and maybe I can come back to that later on. But we identified a need for maybe some D-Star 101 training for our D-Star operators. So I'm going to set up a Zoom call in a couple of weeks, maybe a week and a half away or something like that, we're going to do it on a Thursday evening so it doesn't collide with our other nets. I'm going to set up a Zoom call, and then we'll make Arpad the presenter so he can demonstrate the linking and unlinking of repeaters and all the rest of that stuff. So stay tuned, and anybody who's interested in that, just make sure I've got your call sign and your email address. You can send me a note at Victor Alpha 3 Indy Mike Whiskey at gmail.com. Anyways, why don't we just go ahead and you can say hello to Vanya. I know we've been keeping him waiting in the wings, so to speak, and it'll be good to hear from him as well. Anyways, I'm here for the duration, Chuck. I'm all alone at home, unsupervised. You know how that can be. Anyways, I'm here, but I need to make a dash to the kitchen, and I'll be right back. But me waving a hand to Vanya as well. Thanks for doing what you're doing, Chuck, and 1 week away from the big celebration. Anyways, that's enough for right now. Back to you.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, thanks. Mac, you go ahead and take care of that. And yes, you're absolutely right. We're at week 1511. Next week will be 1512 weeks that AREG has been on the air once a week. And that equals 1,512 weeks equals 29 years. So next week is the 29th year anniversary. Hope to hear all of you then. So let's go to, I was going to call you Mac. Let's go to Vanya. Victor Alpha 3 X-Ray Lima Juliet. We're patiently waiting. Thank you, Vanya. Come on in.
Oh, no. When you listen to the good conversation, then you don't have to be patient. It's actually, how do you say this? It's interesting. So no patience needed when the conversation is interesting. So I'm kind of like thinking how the Mark is gonna do with his friend Sleeman. Is it Sleeman? He said one time, but whatever it is. So yeah, I'm up on my spot, like getting my sugar and coffee fix before I go home later on today. And I was listening of you guys talking about what was the name of it, HF, and I'm thinking I didn't touch my big for like months now, probably a couple of months for sure. I mean, I was listening, like just going like on a 40 meters, like spinning the dial up and down to see. But honestly, like it's a kind of like yeah, it didn't touch my HF radio for a while. So probably when the winter comes, it's gonna get a little bit more interesting to be in a basement than outside. So what else I'm about to say? Like there was one thing I can't remember the other thing. Oh, the running things with the lawnmower. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry, Chuck. I do that all the time. The worst thing is when you are trimming the hedge and you cut your own extension cord. That's when you really have to some explanations to do, like buying extension cords every like 3-4 days. I mean weeks.
Yeah, I've already done that. You helped me out. You gave me some new ends for the cord that I cut this spring. Remember that? And today I ended up. I've got 7 antennas out, right? So out back, and I was weed whacking a little bit in the back there today, and the little whippersnapper got caught up in one of my coaxes there, and right away let go of the trigger, and thankfully nothing was cut, nothing was there's no copper exposed or anything like that. So that was a close one. But yeah, you always got to watch out for things like that. But a flower, oh well.
What I did is, I mean, beside the cutting my own cord like a few times, I ran lots of flowers without even knowing what is what, or actually just thinking like it's a weed, pulling them out, and while she just put them in, a few weeks before that, or when she plants trees or shrubs, they will come kind of like wooden per se, and I would take them out thinking it's something dead, but I guess it should blossom like in a few weeks from then. But I guess I'm not gardener. I'm just what she describes me as a peasant, but it's okay. So yeah, that I posted interesting thing about that a plastic bottle HF antenna for 40 meters. That was really interesting. What I was kind of browsing through the pictures what the gentleman posted in I guess he's from Japan, and he have a really few interesting concepts like how he does with limited space and antennas, and what I've noticed he's using the lots of those things it's used in a small to medium manufacturing, sometimes even big ones, with a small how you say this small, now I'm missing the word now. Well, let's call it the Kanban process or first in first out type of thing, racking systems, and he was using those to build bases for antenna and stuff like that, which is really interesting how he did it and what he did on his balcony. So I guess that's pretty much all my excitement today, Chuck.
Okay, very good. Well, everybody has different things they like to look up and pass their time with, and that's good. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are listening, you can also watch us on YouTube. You just put in my call VA3CJZ in the YouTube search box and look for us live there or under the title AREG Week 1511. And so you're welcome to join us there. All right, there, Vanya, you going to stick around for a couple more minutes, or you going to take off?
No, I'm gonna stick around. I might change the radio because this one the battery is dying, so I'll get my handheld from a lunchbox. So yeah, I'm gonna stick around for a little while.
All right, that a boy. I got his bullfang in the lunchbox. See, priorities. Very good. Okay, Vanya, thank you very much, sir. We'll get back around to you soon, I'm sure. So for now, let's see if anyone else wants to stop in and say hi. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Any new check-ins, please come now. Okay, well, let's try the remote station and see how that works for anyone listening towards the west. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for check-ins, please come now. Okay, nothing heard. Well, let's go with our announcements here. We do have a couple of things going on. Well, I was going to say this month, but we're not into September yet. Tomorrow will be September. If we go to the ONTARS website here, it talks about the upcoming Hamfests and swap meets here. I think Hamilton has one coming up on the, what is it, the 18th? The 18th is the London Amateur Radio Club Handfest, and September 10th is the CARP Ottawa ARC Hamfest on the 10th of September, and Hamilton on the 1st of October. So another month and a couple of days, the 1st of October at the Ancaster Agricultural Fairgrounds. Just go to the Hamilton ARC website for more information. And let's see what's next. We do have some contests coming up this weekend. If you're into CW, there are a few contests there. There's a G3ZQS Memorial Straight Key contest that's going on for 2 days, and then there's one for phone sideband All Asian DX contest, and that is for 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160, and that is for mode phone or phone mode, whatever. And then there's the Colorado QSO party. Colorado is a bit of a tough area for me. I don't have too many contacts there, I don't think. And then there's a field day for sideband, the IARU Region 1 field day. And that's for sideband from 10 to 160 meters. And then there's the RSGB single sideband field day, geographic focus, Europe, worldwide participation, and that is 10, 15, 20, 40, and 80 meters only. 10, 15, 20, 40, and 80. And let's see, what other interesting ones are there? Well, if you want to check it out, just do what I do and go to contestcalendar.com. One word, contest calendar. There is a 2 meter only sideband contest called the WAB 144 megahertz QRO phone. And that is from 1000 Zulu to 1400 Zulu on September 4th. Interesting. Tennessee QSO party. That's on September 4th and 5th. So, yeah, quite a few. And that's for CW, phone, and digital. The Tennessee QSO party. So go to contestcalendar.com for more information on that. All right, a quick look at the parks on the air here. I see 26 stations on parks on the air, and that's from 15 meters, 17, 20, 30, and 40. So if you guys are into getting hunting parks on the air, I'm sure the conditions are favorable for that. Okay, well, that's it for now. Let's see if anybody else would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. My name is Chuck, and I'm here in East Hamilton. Any new check-ins, please come now. Okay, well, hopefully everybody has survived the radio blackouts that we experienced on HF there this past weekend. I remember I was listening to either 20 or 40 meters, and it was a guy from Parks on the Air, I think, taking calls, and then all of a sudden, the whole band just died. And then I checked the other band, and it was dead. So that was interesting. So let's do some birthdays today in history with celebrities and famous people. We'll go back to 1880, and the Queen of the Netherlands her name was Wilhelmina. She was born on this day in 1880. She was Queen of the Netherlands from 1890, at the age of 9 or 10. From 1890 to 1948. She passed away in 1962. Buddy Hackett has a birthday today in heaven. He was born on this day in 1924. Buddy Hackett was a comedian. He was an actor. He did a bunch of things. You might remember him from the movie The Love Bug that Disney made. He was born in Brooklyn and died in 2003. And who remembers Our Man Flint or the Magnificent Seven movie? Well, James Coburn was born in 1928 on this day and passed away in 2002. Here's one of my heroes growing up. Jean Béliveau has a birthday today in heaven. Born in 1931. Canadian Hockey Hall of Fame center. Hart Trophy, 2 times. Art Ross Trophy. Conn Smythe Trophy. 17 Stanley Cups. Born in Trois-Rivières, Quebec. Passed away, sadly, in 2014. Way too young. He would have been only 4 years older than me. Okay. All right. Well, that's enough of that. Let's see if anybody else is out there listening would like to stop by and say hi. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, with the pre-29th anniversary edition of the AREG, and we're looking for your check-ins. Anyone, anywhere. Okay, we'll continue with birthdays today. Richard Gere, the American actor. He's lots of movies. Born in Philly, Pennsylvania. Was born on this day, 1949. Oh, we got a couple of wrestlers here now. Jeff Hardy has a birthday today. 1977. He was born on this day in 1977. And then we go to a female wrestler by the name of Mickie James, if you remember her. She was pretty popular in the early 2000s. Born on this day, 1979, Richmond, Virginia. Mohammed bin Salman. He is the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, and his birthday is today. I can just imagine the party that he's having and how much it costs. Yeah, Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He's the guy that killed that reporter there, Khashoggi or whatever his name was. Yeah. So that's it for birthdays. Happy birthday, Mohammed bin Salman. All right. Let's see what else. People that passed away on this day. The very first victim of Jack the Ripper, her name was Mary Ann Nichols. She passed away on this day in 1888, and she was found stabbed to death. She was lucky compared to all the other victims of Jack the Ripper. They were pretty well disemboweled and, yeah, pretty gross, apparently. She was 42 years of age. Rocky Marciano passed away on this day in 1969. Rocky Marciano was the undefeated world heavyweight champion from 52 to 56. Sadly, died in a plane crash at the age of 45. I didn't know that. I often wonder. And then, of course, we have Princess of Wales, Diana Spencer, who passed away in a tunnel on this day in 1997 in Paris at the age of 36, alongside her boyfriend, Dodi Fayed, English or Egyptian businessman, and he was 42. So that's it for birthdays and deaths. Let's give it one more shot and see if anybody else is out there wanting to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Any new check-ins, please come now. Okay. Well, it is a lovely day. It was a lovely day today, and they're finally starting to cool down a bit. I see 24.8 degrees. That's still fairly warm for being 8:45 almost at night, but it is supposed to start. We're going to start seeing cooler temperatures in the morning, and of course throughout the nights. I presume now that we're heading into September, but that doesn't mean the daytimes won't get nice. We usually have warm weather straight through September, not like it used to be. Right after Labor Day, man, put a jacket on, but not anymore. Okay, well, let's see then. Let's go back up to Garnett and see what's shaking. VE3 GNP.
Not much shaking, Chuck. Just kind of sitting here monitoring. Got my boot on.
Well, no wonder you're hitting me full strength there, Garnett. You got your boots on.
Yeah, it's on my left foot.
Oh, that kind of boot. Oh, okay. I thought we were talking radio boot. Just kidding. Yeah. So how's that feel? It's taking a while for the pain, to go down?
Yeah, I'm just taking Tylenol. They work Tylenol 3s. They keep the pain down.
So when did this happen again? Last week?
A week ago today.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to give it a few more days before you start feeling a little bit better there. At least 3 to 7 days, and you should start feeling a bit better by then. If not, well, then you got problems.
Yeah, I hear you, Chuck. I hear you.
Yeah, it doesn't take much there, Garnett. Sometimes, like that happened to me almost. My one leg gave out on me while I was walking, but I didn't fall down because I walk with a cane anyway, so that kind of caught me. But yeah, things give out on you out of the blue there. That's a little concerning, but not much you can do about it.
Yep, old age, Chuck, old age.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know. Go see my diabetes nurse there. I went there last week for an appointment, and I'm good for 3 more months before I get berated again by my medical professional. Oh, you're eating too much of this, and you're not eating enough of this, and you should exercise this, and you should do that, and yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny how the only people that can get away with talking down to you are doctors. Well, to a point.
Yeah, none of my doctors talk down to me. I got a good relationship with all my doctors.
Oh yeah, I mean, so do I. I mean, it's just the way I'm saying it. I nobody likes to be told what to do, right? You think you know what you're supposed to, you know what you're doing wrong. Uh, well, I don't know. I do.
Yeah, you know what you're doing wrong, then fix it. That's the bottom line, right?
Well, yeah. It's a choice. I mean, when you get told, "Oh no, you can never have any more," well, you're gonna cheat every once in a while, and you're gonna have some, or or do things you're not supposed to be doing, like picking up patio stones. But I do it anyways. Yeah, it happens. Anyways, there, Garnett. Thanks for killing some time with us there. Pretty slow night tonight. We've only got a total of 6 check-ins so far, and nobody has checked in on the YouTube live stream. Actually, nobody has even clicked on it to watch it yet. But we are streaming the net live on YouTube. Just put VA3CJZ in the YouTube search box there and look for us live there under AREG week 1511. Okay, anything else there, Garnett, before we go down the list?
No, that's good, Chuck. Carry on anyways. The VE3GMP.
Okay, Garnett, thanks again. And let's go see Rick. It's getting close to 9 o'clock there. He's probably feeling sleepy. VA3AXJ. Come on in, Rick.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. Yeah, my eyes are starting to droop now. Yeah, this is my seventh 7-3 round. Yeah, and I gotta get up early and cut the lawn and get some groceries in the house, and I gotta go to the pharmacy and get my drugs, and yeah, a whole bunch of fun. Other than that, everything else is good. I'm sure glad that rim's done, though. That was a pain in the butt.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's sometimes what motivates you to either move quickly or get it done sooner than later. But I'm glad everything's working out for you in that regard there, Rick. My best to your friend. I hope he feels better, Larry, and you too.
Yeah, see, I procrastinated. He was in the hospital the last month, or a month and a half ago for 3 weeks, eh? And I was going to do it then, but I procrastinated, and I didn't want to do it. So I figured this time, no more procrastination. Get in there, kick ass, get it done, and get out of there. And that's what we did. My son and I, we worked steady on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like what they say. When it's an analogy. If once you get behind the 8 ball, it takes a while to get caught up again. So that goes with your health too, right?
See, the problem I have is if I get started at it, if I start it, I'll finish it. But sometimes I wouldn't. I'll look at it and I'll think about it. Then I'll sit down and I'll get up and I'll look at it and I'll sit back down. And then I lose interest and then it doesn't get done. But this time I got up, went, bought the paint, and just got into it. Just finished it.
Yeah, yeah. Right on. Well, that's how I am sometimes too. Um, Sometimes you got to give yourself a kick in the butt and say, "Get up there and do something." Right? Okay, Rick. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing with us, and good luck with all you've got on your plate. So we'll talk to you again soon. Don't be a stranger.
No, never restrained. VA3, AXT, or QRT. Good night.
All right. Good night, Rick. So that's one off the list, which very small list, but well, that's okay. We'll keep going. Two off the list. Art. Let's swing over to the remote station there and see if Art might be listening. Victor Echo 3, Kilo Charlie, India. Art, you still there?
Contact.
Okay, I heard a contact, I believe. Go ahead.
Being for the pod number 7, I think. Nice signals from everybody up this way. Try to stay, like I said, the guys from the field club were here. Looks like they're going to set up shop here for the repeater at my place. VE3KYY.
All right. Hello there, George, VE3KYY. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm on a Flamborough station, and I can hear you better on the Flamborough station than I can on my own station here in Hamilton. But I'll say thanks, George. You're in the log. And so I'll switch over to the other antenna and we'll repeat part of it. Can you hear me there, George?
No problem. Loud and clear.
All right. Well, thank you for checking in, my friend. And you have yourself a great rest of the evening, sir. How's the boat?
Good. Getting ready to go down to 50 Point by Hamilton this long weekend. So that should be good.
Oh yeah. I like it down there. I used to go fishing there right at the opening season. Bring my daughter to the little pond there. They had stocked fish. I don't think they have that anymore though. But I would go in where the boats are and fish in the real water.
That'd be nice to burn up some of that stale gas. Anyway, everybody have a great evening. I'm hitting the sack. Like our pad says, it's way past my bedtime. The E3KYY 7312.
All right there, George 73. Thanks again for checking in, sir. Victor Echo 3, Kilo Yankee. Good job tonight there, George. All right, anyone else out there want to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is VA3 CJZ. Looking for check-ins. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Victor Alpha Delta.
Okay, I hear Victor Alpha 3, Victor Alpha Delta. RPAD, good evening, sir. Come on in.
Well, it looks like you must be, you were on some kind of different setup there, and your signal went up to plus 20. And yeah, I'm just playing with the beam here, and using 100 watt pointing right at you because I can.
All right. Well, my meter doesn't go any higher than full, so you get S9 plus RPAD. And yeah, we were just talking to George, VE3KYY, but I could only pick him up on. See, there's a remote station in Flamborough that has the crossband on, and for people that I cannot hear properly on my antenna, I just switch over to the remote station out in Flamborough and I key up through there.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I just went up to the roof and relined the antenna, the 11 element beam, 2-meter beam, and yeah, I did calculate it. Where is that supposed to be doing? It was like 15, 20 degrees off. So yeah, lined it up today. So right now it's pointing right at you. And actually, I did not hear George as well. I used two radios, one with the beam, one with the omnidirectional antenna, and I couldn't able to pick him up. So I guess 440 is better for him than 2 meter.
Yeah, yeah. Just as I was switching over to call on Art, VE3 Kilo Charlie India, I cannot get him unless I switch over to the Flamborough station there. And but if you go to YouTube and look up the net that we're streaming on live right now, you could play it back there. Just put the bar, swing the bar wherever you like. It's 8:55 now. I guess 8:50 would be what you would look at to hear George there coming through on the Flamborough station. So thank goodness for that. It's sure a big help. Thank you, Bob, if you're listening. VE3XKV. What a great tool. Anyways, RPAD, yeah. So yeah, I had to realign my directional antenna as well, and we should be good. Well, the true test will be when we get a big windstorm there. See if uh, my fix stays in place.
Yeah, I never had any issues with the wind moving the antenna. Usually I climb it down quite good, and I do have a big rotor, so it's not doing anything. And yeah, no, actually, when I installed it, I just put it on and I was guessing where it is, and I had to go on some of the websites to see, for example, where the CN tower is, and I lined it up to that, and it was a little bit off. So, and you can calibrate on the on the little box what I have on my desk here, but it was out of calibration, like it was so far off. So I had to go up and line it up, and Kati helped me. I told her to stand here and just when you don't see the antenna anymore, that's where the direction is to the city of Toronto. And yeah, interestingly, actually. You are at 330 degrees from me, according to this antenna right now. That's where you're coming in the best, and Toronto is at about 30 degrees or so. When I turn in the antenna to, like you're coming in with a plus 20 right now, but when I'm turning the antenna towards Toronto, you disappear. I can't even hear you at all.
Oh wow, eh? Yeah. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I don't know if that's good or not. You should be able to have some back end on there.
No, you will be like almost like one quarter of the way. And no, actually, that's good because what it tells me, the antenna is quite directional. So, basically, when you're pointing it somewhere, let's see, like you pointing it up to Kitchener, you're talking to somebody Kitchener, and the stations who are, like the noise is not going to be picked up. And oh, what I noticed on this beam antenna, I cannot hear that electric noise. Now, if I'm on the omnidirectional antenna, I have sometimes on the 2 meter I have like an S5, S7 noise level. On the beam, nothing at all. Especially when there's a transformer about 2-3 houses away from me, and I think the noise is coming from that transformer because when I point in the beam right to the towards the transformer, the noise comes up. Then when I turn it away from it, it goes away. So yeah, I mean just gonna have to call Hydro and tell them to take a look at it.
George is back.
Okay, Mac, stand by, RPAD. Go ahead there, Mac.
Yeah, George is back. He's trying to make contact. I think just giving RPAD a chance to swing his beam, probably.
Yeah, Mac, you're at 20.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Mark, I turned it to you actually to the west. You're coming loud and clear. And I'm going to, as I'm talking, just because I can, right? I'm turning the beam right now towards to George, and just to see how you guys are picking up the signal. And it was pointing right at Mark, and about now it's pointing towards the city of Hamilton, and that should be George right in that area.
How's that sound?
George, I got you at an S9 there. You're coming in good.
Yeah, I got him at an S9 too, loud and clear. I'm surprised you can't hear me.
Yeah, he said he's on a directional antenna. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. How about it, RPAD? He probably needs to tune you in there, George. So I'm unkey and then you key up for a bit, see if he can tune you in.
No, I didn't want to interfere, but like I say, I got him at a solid 9 here with the beam pointed that way.
Yeah, George, I can hear you loud and clear. You're coming in okay now. How do you copy?
Just like you're sitting beside me.
Okay, very good. Yeah. Just at least I know where you're located now.
Yeah, on the chair in the living room here.
Yeah, okay. All right, George. Going to turn it back to the net controller and go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, very good there, Arpad. Not a problem. And I didn't know you had a beam. Geez, it's working good. Like I said, S9 plus. You're probably S10 over S9 there now, George. Good job.
Pleasant dreams, everybody. I'm gone for sure this time. B3KYY, and thanks for the assistance, Max. 730.
All right, 7-3, George. Anyone else want to say goodnight? Go ahead.
Good night, George. Always good to hear you. The Victor Alpha 3 Indy Mike Whiskey. And yes, the 735 is polished and honed, and it's still beautiful.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, George, this is Victor Alpha 3, Victor Alpha Delta Arpad. I'm on the different radio, but I'm still putting out 100 watt. And on the omnidirectional antenna now, how do you receiving?
Same signal. I would not have noticed you changed the antenna.
Yeah, roger that. You're coming in with an S9 to my location on this one.
Yeah, also S9. 7-3, everybody. Thanks again.
Okay, very good, George. All right, Arpad, do you have any other news or information for us?
Yeah, I went up to the roof, and it's a beautiful night. After the net, maybe you guys want to go for a walk or something. It's beautiful out there. It's the moist. I'm not sure what the temperature is. Let me see. It's 24 degrees right now, but the humidity seems to be a little bit higher than usually, and it's beautiful outside. And yeah, up on the roof, I had a nice view.
It's raining.
Where's that at?
Up on a garbage can.
Raining? Oh, I'm gonna have to close the windows.
No, it's only raining where Vanya is.
Are you sure that's rain, not the birds?
I think so. I don't know. Let me check.
Don't taste it.
Yeah, probably a passing cloud there. You probably just get a couple of drops. Let's see what the map says here on the weather network. Yeah, it's showing a little bit of green there over us, so we might get a couple of drops.
Flock of seagulls with bad hairstyles.
Yeah. Yeah, Roger. All right. Well, Arpad, I wish I could go up. Well, I could go up on my roof, but I don't have very steady legs right now. And so I'd rather not do that and end up having to call the wife to get an ambulance because I'm here by myself.
Okay, yeah. You know what? If you don't feel comfortable to go up, but on my roof, the roof has a very steep angle, so it's it's I would say it's very dangerous. But what I did was we had a bed frame, and I did cut the bed frame up, and I made little steps on the roof. And I screwed it into, of course, I sealed it up and everything like that. That was years ago when I did that. And I'm still using it, and it's working perfectly fine. So I can go up and down like I have little stairs up there on the roof.
Oh yeah, just like the roofers when they put their cleats or whatever they're called there in the roof and put a board down. Oh yeah, I'd love to have that.
Oh, I have those. I have 4 of them, those orange things. And yeah, you put a little nail in it, and you put the board on it. I have some experience with that because the roof, when they fixed it here back in the old days, about 8 years ago. They did it in the minus 25 degrees in the blowing snow, and they were all Mexicans. And basically, they did a very low quality job, and nothing sticks together. They didn't heat up the tiles, so basically, when the wind is coming, it takes a whole bunch of the tiles away. So I had to go so far. I had to use a staple gun to staple it down and seal it up. So that's where we are right now.
Oh dear, yeah, yeah. On what do they call that? Below subpar work on roof is not good. Don't want water getting in. That's for sure. Well, at least you got a quick fix, but eventually that's going to have to be addressed.
Yeah, definitely. And like you're supposed to put down some plywood first.
Yeah.
Then you put that tar paper down. Then you put the shingles on the top of it, right? That's what you would do. These guys, where the boards are, the boards, and they just nailed the shingles right to the board, and basically there's nothing underneath. So I don't know. Yeah, it's. And you try to find these guys. 2 months later, they are disappearing, right?
Yeah, back to Mexico. The hell with this, it's too cold. That's like us. We had contractors show up uh, a couple of days after January 1st. I get a knock on my door, and they said, "We're here to repair your fence," because the property manager said that they would fix the fence. It blew over in a windstorm, right? And so they had it. They came by and they propped it up with 2x4s, and then they left for about 4 or 5 months, 6 months, and they came back first week of January. They started digging post holes uh, the manual way, not with an auger. And yeah, they didn't even put the posts down all the way. What they did is they just put them down so far, and then they used a saw and they cut off the top of uh, the 4x4 because they were sticking up too high. So they should have gone down much further. My fence would have been well. The fence that they put up should be a lot stronger than it is now, but at least it's not falling over.
Oh yeah, yeah, Roger that. And yeah, I guess there's some kind of like a standard, but they try to hide the mistake and they cut the top off. So yeah, very smart move. And I guess they waited until the frost was gone.
Well, actually, the winter hadn't really set in that year in the first week of January, so they were still able to get it done. But I think one day after the fence was completed, our pad, we got a big snowstorm. So they did it just in time.
Yeah, Roger that. Yeah. Oh well, you know what? Sometimes I feel sorry for these guys. I know some roofers, and like when it's plus 40 degrees, you have to work on that hot roof. Like that's. I'm not surprised after work they go to the bar and get drunk every day.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Not surprised. I knew when I worked in the carnival business, I knew these independent ride owners that were not with the company that I was with, but they would, jump on board with the big company. And on the hot days, they would work at night and sleep during the day. And so, we had to work during the day because everybody, uh, the boss and big carnival company, everybody worked during the day and off at night. But these independent guys, they could do whatever they want, right? And so they did. Worked during the night. So when you're up having a beer, you're walking around, you see those guys working with the lights on, and so yeah, all kinds of ways around it.
Yeah, you should go down to the exhibition. The exhibition is open and say hello to your old buddies.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking of that. Um, God, it's been so long since I've seen a lot of people. Well, remember I told you I had a reunion right around my birthday there, the first, second week of July. I got to meet a bunch of people I hadn't seen in 35 years.
Yeah, and are they still in the business?
No, all these people were no longer in the business. That's a long time to be doing that kind of work there, my friend. But some guys are still out there from 40 years ago. Not too many. I do know one guy from Miami there. He's still at it.
Yeah, he does it because he loves it. Yeah, actually, you know what? It's same thing like the ice cream business. I have a friend of mine, and she bought an ice cream truck. She paid $40,000 for it, and the first summer, she made up for it. And she says, "I wish I was in down in Florida. I could work all year." I guess the Cornell Wow business is the same thing. You have to jack up the prices here in Canada, I guess, because you can work only a few months of the year.
Yeah, who knows why they do that? But you're right. Usually they do a couple of fairs right up until American Thanksgiving, which is in November, and then they usually take a month or 2 months off and they do work on their equipment. But now, if you've got a food or concession stand, lemonade stand, for example, that you can that's easy work. You just set up your stand and bring in your equipment and make lemonade. Same thing with the food vendors, right? But when you're putting together large, complicated amusement rides, it's hard on the body. It's not as easy as setting up a lemonade stand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Roger that. Yeah, and yeah, it's you know what? When you're setting up these rides, somebody get into an accident or something like that, and the whole place shuts down, and you're losing your job, kind of deal. It happens once a while. I don't think that's an easy job to set up a ride, then take it done, then set it up again, take it done. That's hard on the body, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah. And back when I did it, there were less things that were automated. Nowadays, there's a lot of automation, but it's still complicated, and things got to be just right for everything to fit together. But back in my day, there was a lot of lifting, a lot of backbreaking lifting going on. But I wouldn't trade it for nothing there, Arpad. It was the best time of my life, I tell you. The 80s, traveling with them. I did see one person injure himself, um, other than the normal tripping and falling down kind of stuff. But um, I saw a guy that was hired uh, from the town they were in. I think they were in Calgary or in Edmonton, and he was on this. It was kind of like a train ride, but it was for adults, not children. And so he dropped a pack of cigarettes, and I think he went in between cars to pick it up, and he got hit by the train, and he got killed.
Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, well, probably he wasn't properly trained. That's and yeah, then the investigation comes in, and WSIB and all that. Who knows? Yeah, that could be complicated after that. Feel sorry for the guy and his family.
Yeah, yeah. I seen another guy get clipped in the head from another ride called the toboggan. He survived. And a guy that was working with us in Miami one time, he got his finger caught in the cable that the crane was picking up a piece of steel, and he went up with it. You could hear him. I could see him off up in the air screaming, and then the crane guy put him right back down, and he almost lost his finger. That guy. You know those choke cables?
Oh yeah. He's lucky. So the crane operator should get some kind of reward or something. And actually, I when I came to Canada, I worked on a construction. I was doing some drywalling and the swing stage. Some guys were doing some caulking. It was on Saturday, and only 2 guys were supposed to be on the swing stage, and there was 5 actually, Polish guys. And these guys just they were training them, showing them how to do the cocking and all that. And guess what? One of the beam fell off, and 3 guys fell down. 2 of them was hanging in the window, you believe it or not, and they were screaming and hanging down. And one of the hoist operator, like we had this like an outside elevator thing, what you use. There was the operator. Her name was Kati, and she was from Newfoundland. A very nice lady, big woman actually. And very quickly she went up, and these 2 guys were still hanging at the window on the 15th floor, and she pulled them in. And guess what? She had to go to Ottawa, and she got some kind of reward or something. I know, some medal, and some money came with it. I think it was like $25,000 because apparently she saved the life of these 2. One of the guys survived who fell down, and 2 of them died. And the reason why he survived, because on the 2nd floor he kicked in the window and slowed his fall. So he lost his leg, but the glass cut his leg off, but he survived.
Yeah, wow, eh? I remember seeing all kinds of stories about swing stage window cleaners and whatnot having accidents with their equipment there. Oh, geez, that's a scary job, let me tell you.
Oh yeah. Can you can you imagine to do that job in the winter time when it's minus 20 degrees, and somebody has to do it, yeah. So they wouldn't able to pay me that much to do that job, and that's hard on the body, and when you are going to be 55, 60 years old, you can't even walk, and your joint are aching and all that. So yeah. Anyways, all right, Chuck. I'm not going to be around too much. Kathy is putting in a movie right now, so I guess we'll be watching a little movie for a short time.
All right, very good, very good. Well, enjoy your quality time with the missus, and say hello to Kathy for us, and have a great rest of the evening. Thanks for sharing everything with us tonight, Arpad, and we'll probably talk to you tomorrow. So thanks again.
Yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow. 73, and you do have a good night. Victor Alpha 3, Victor Alpha Delta. We'll be clear.
All right, very good. Well, thanks, Arpad. We've killed a bit more time there. We don't have too many check-ins tonight, but let's do a call out anyways and see if anybody's wanting to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. This is VA3CJZ looking for check-ins. Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. Well, let's go back to Mac. He's the next person on the list. VA3IMW. Okay, maybe Mac is back at the refrigerator. He did say he was by himself. Stay out of trouble, Mac. Well, let's see if Vanya's still with us. VA3XLJ.
Hello, Chuck VA3XLJ. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm listening to what you guys are talking about, and interesting conversation. So, yeah, I guess it's getting dark here. So, funny smoke is guys said this going around the cars, whatever it is. So I'm gonna be packing up soon. So, yeah, there's not much to say on my end other than yeah, till next Wednesday.
Right. So are you back on night shift now this week, Vanya?
No, I'm on a day shift. I'm on a day shift this week, so I'm still fighting the heat. It's day shift and afternoons are like much more hotter than a night shift.
Yes. I tend to hibernate during the day when it's warm in the house. Take a nap maybe, and yeah, all my fun stuff is in the evening. Well, okay, Vanya. Well, thanks for being with us, and I'm kind of jealous of you where you are. That you're at a great location. You're coming in full strength. Audio is nice and loud, and I don't know how much light noise you have in your area, or if it's pretty dark. But I'd love to be out there looking up at the stars and see what's flying around.
It's lovely.
It is lovely. Anyways, I mean, it's a bit cloudy. I can see the moon, so I don't know, is it through the clouds or whatever? That doesn't matter. So I do have a telescope, but usually I only take it outside on the winter time because summertime, I mean, you're gonna just be eaten alive. So soon when it gets dark, like it's even around the house, like it's, I mean, the beasties are coming out with a vengeance. It's almost like they can smell me. I don't know. So yeah, maybe, I mean, if you want to borrow it, like it's fine. I have a good eyepiece and just regular telescope, like, and you can see the Saturn and all those other planets. Like Mars looks like just a big red blob. Like there's not much to it, but what I bought, but I never get to use it, is that little attachment, and you can kind of put a cell phone in and take pictures through it. So I'm yet to try to use that. Actually, I have to find it first. It's in the garage somewhere. But I have a few friends of mine. That's all what they do all winter long, or whenever they go to the Valence or some of those further away from the city. You want to get as much elevation as you can, so you lose. You kind of cut down on mirage or whatever that thing is called, and they take the beautiful photos of the nebulas and the planets and the constellations and whatnot. Like it's interesting and a good hobby. And the thing is, you don't need much. Like it's nowadays cell phone cameras and processing in them. It's so powerful that you can make even mediocre for photograph to make it look very nice. So that's one good thing about let's call it a telescoping or observing the stars, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And Paul, PDL, you're acknowledged, Mr. Lovely. And yeah, Vanya, I got the same thing. I just haven't put it all together yet. It's a mini telescope, and I've got the attachment for the cell phone. I've actually got a tripod, a full length one. And so, yeah, it's just a matter of setting it up, I guess, and checking it out. But yeah, you're right. You want the conditions to be just right. I like Valens because they got a big football field, or it looks like a big soccer field in the middle of their park there at Valens. And at night you can just bring your sleeping bag or whatever and lay, or just lay down on the grass and look up at the sky there. So yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, one time I took the kids to the science center, and they have a telescope outside, the looking at the sun. But those guys, they have those fancy filters, so you can actually see the
Chuck, I can't hang around, brother. Just being in the pod for me there.
but they do let us
Okay.
wavelength of the light in. It's almost like a band pass filter, but like a for 2 3 wavelengths of the lights. So you can see explosion and all those. I don't know how to say. Like let's call it a half moon or whatever it is. Like it's when the sun have that big discharge or big explosion. I remember that day. Like I spent like good 15 20 minutes looking at it, just moving from one telescope to another one. Like to see it. It was really amazing to see. So I did get a filter for the sun for our telescope, but the problem with our filter is like it's kind of like a black and white, and it's just not the same.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I see guys that have a rotor on their tripod, and they can actually follow the place in the sky that they're looking at as the world turns. The microscope, the telescope turns with it. So that's pretty cool.
You know what? When I get home, like maybe later on tonight, I'm gonna post a video about this astronaut. Like he's like anyways, interesting guy. He went like 2 or 3 times to the space station. So he have a twin brother. So I mean, the science is funny thing. So what they've done, they took his DNA, they took his brother's DNA. That they are identical twins. So DNA, mom, it's the same. So what they've done is he went a few times in the space and he took beautiful pictures of the cities at night and the stuff like that from the space station. So he talks about it, how he went through the garbage and through all those stuff they kind of like let go from the space station to get burned up in the atmosphere. So he was collecting nuts and bolts and other stuff. And let's call it, he was using the barn door, the rotator or whatever it is, and he was using the battery drill at, he kind of like tune in like what speed, so he can get the good and sharp images with cameras when he was taking the nighttime photos on of the cities around the planet. Like it's a real interesting video. It's like an hour long, so it'll take an hour of your life, but you can watch at 2 times speed, and you might find it interesting and enjoy the way how he describes the process of calculating and making that barn door thing. So the thing moves at the same rate as the space station does, and you can do the same thing here, like just to offset the rotation of the Earth and whatever is. So you get the things in the same place. So, anyways.
Yeah, I follow you. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's all very interesting. That reminds me, the ISS there, I had some good luck last time I tried. Well, not the last time, but a couple of times ago that I tried there, I was able to hear myself through the space station. So that was a lot of fun. Can't wait to do that again. Okay, there, Vanya. Not to cut you off there, but we're going to see if anybody else wants to get in there and say hello and see if Mac has come back there.
Mac is back.
All right, very good. Okay, Vanya, are you? It's 9:27 p.m. Are you packing up and heading home, or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna head home. Plus, my radio is glowing hot, so I'll give him like a couple of seconds to cool down, and I'll head home. Yeah, 7-3 to you guys. So hopefully we're gonna be talking to each other next Wednesday.
Absolutely, there, Vanya. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for keeping us company and sharing your thoughts with us. Have a great rest of the evening, there, Vanya. Jump in anytime. VA3 X-ray Lima Juliet, VA3 CJZ. All right. Well, before we go to Mac, let's see if anyone else is out there like to stop by and say hi. This is VA3 CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. Looking for your check-ins. Anyone, anywhere.
A quick comment.
Yes, go ahead, Vanya.
Yeah, I never said how they took the DNA from those two brothers, and the brother who went to space, his DNA changed. That's what I forgot to say.
Yes, I remember that story. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, thank you, Chuck 7-3. I apologize, Mark, for interrupting.
Oh, that's okay. I don't think anybody was going to check in there anyways, but let's see. Anyone out there want to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? VA3 CJZ, please come now. All right, then, let's go to VA3 IMW, who has returned. I think you'll be the only guy left still with us there, Mac.
Well, it gives me 31 minutes to light up the airwaves.
Go. Go.
Anyways, Chuck, as I mentioned in my last transmission, we are going to be opening up a Zoom event kind of a D-Star 101 course for users far and wide. And, we've identified a training need that needs to happen with the ICOM community. Sorry, I'm not stretching over to the Yaesu side right now, but like I say, anybody that's interested in learning some D-Star tricks about how to link, unlink, and use the repeaters, there's going to be an opportunity there. So I'll be looking forward to collecting some email addresses of interested parties so I can send out the Zoom invitations, and the easy way to make sure I've got your email address to send out the invitation is for anybody that's interested to send me send an email to va3imw at gmail.com, and I'll make sure that anybody that's interested in that Zoom event will get an invitation. Anyways, you're a little bit slow tonight, but you know what? It's the last day of August. The very last day of August. This is unexpected. I think that this is probably the quickest summer that I've ever seen. How about you?
Yeah, Mac. And first, I just want to acknowledge VE3PDL for your quick being in the pot there. If you're listening, Paul, thank you. I know you're otherwise occupied. Thanks for checking in, Paul. And as for the Zoom event, is that next Thursday, Mac?
No, that's a little bit too soon. I want to broadcast the intent to do this for a period of time. So it's not likely going to be next Thursday. It's probably going to be the one following that. And in the meantime, I'll be able to collect the email addresses of the interested parties, and I'll send that invitation out. So we'll probably do like a 7:30 or 8 o'clock, or I don't know. Something that's not going to collide with another net locally. So obviously we're not going to collide with the RPAD net, and we're not going to collide with the ACS net. So maybe like 8:15 or 8:30. It's probably only going to be a 20 or 30 minute presentation, and we'll be demonstrating how to access the repeaters, how to set your A and B ports up on your radio settings, and then once you're connected to the repeater, actually linking and unlinking repeaters, and connecting to, what do they call them? Reflectors. Everybody's heard of One Charlie. We had an interesting event Tuesday evening. Somebody left the WIK repeater linked to One Charlie. So as I was making calls out for our Lake Ontario D-Star net, I had a gentleman come in from Florida informing us that our repeater was linked to One Charlie. Anyways, that was interesting. It's always good if you can link repeaters, make contacts, but it's always required that you unlink those repeaters from the reflectors that connect things around the world, and don't cause some additional confusion. Anyways, that's it in a nutshell. So yeah, probably not next week, but the week following that. So not tomorrow, not next Thursday, but the week after that probably is when that will occur.
Okay, very good then. Yeah, get some more people aware of it for a period of time ahead of time. And then, sounds good. But I don't know about the 15, 20 minutes, Mac. If it's you and RPAD talking, you'll take up 15 minutes just for the intro, and RPAD will take another 15 before he gets started. So there you go.
Well, I guess the other nice part of it has the Zoom controller. I have the ability to mute and disconnect unruly members. So if things aren't going my way, I'll just hit a red button and disconnect the Malifant. So, but no, I want to have it a very effective, clear and concise event, so that I know RPAD was a little nervous about having some D-Star experts come online and start to talk about things that are going to be way above, like head and shoulders above everybody's normal expectations. That would just lead to confusion. So this is meant to be D-Star 101, and we'll perhaps follow up with another event after that if other people show some interest in further functions and tips and tricks for making effective use of that technology.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I just am checking the YouTube live stream there, and Kevin has been VE3KKP is checking in through the YouTube live stream because he won't be able to make it to the radio in time. So thank you, Kevin, VE3KKP. Your check-in number 10. Big number 10 tonight. The big 10-inch. No. Okay. Very good then. All right, Mac, are you ready?
Am I ready for what?
On this day.
Oh, Roger, sitting on the edge of my seat.
All right. We'll start with a nice one here. Really nice. Foghorn Leghorn, from Warner Brothers cartoon character created by Robert McKimson and Warren Foster, also known Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies series. First debuts in an episode called Walkie Talkie Hockey, and that was on this day, 1946. And hockey is spelled Hawky. So that was 1946. Old Foghorn makes his debut. Foghorn Leghorn. All right. And remember I mentioned Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands earlier? Well, on this day, 1948, she celebrated her Golden Jubilee. Elizabeth II, I think, had her Golden Jubilee 25 years ago. Isn't she on her silver one now? What's next? Platinum? Anyways. Okay, 1964, today. Ground is broken for the Anaheim Stadium, future home of Major League Baseball team, the California Angels. 1971 was when the Beatles, John Lennon, leaves England for the final time, moving to New York City. 1971, on this day, heads to New York City and will live there until he is killed in 1980. Remember the series The Night Stalker? Well, East Los Angeles had a Night Stalker back in 1985 and terrorized California. So that's on my list here. And I didn't know about this, but 1988 on this day, there was a 5-day power blackout of downtown Seattle, Washington there. 5 days. I think the worst we had was it 3 days when we had that big blackout in 2003? I forget now. But that was a lot of fun. On this day, 1992, Howard Stern radio show premieres in Cleveland, Ohio on WNCX 98.5 FM. Let's see now. Oh, there's some radio-related information here. 1993, the HMS Mercury, the Royal Navy's communications training establishment, closes after 52 years in commission. So I guess they trained radio operators on the HMS Mercury up until 1993. Don Mattingly's number 23 is retired by the New York Yankees on this day in 1997. Good old Don Mattingly. I always liked him. And in 2009, the Walt Disney Company announces it will acquire Marvel Entertainment for $4.2 billion. Hello, Stan Lee. It's too bad. I heard rumors about Stan Lee getting uh, taken advantage of because of his age there near the end. So that's unfortunate. But $4.2 billion to acquire Marvel Entertainment. Woo, it's a lot of coin. All right. And then 2017, there are indications that Neanderthals were the first to make glue out of tar, strengthened by research published in scientific reports. That's 2017 on this day. Oh, this is a good one. 2019, India removes citizenship status from 1.9 million people in the state of Assam, leaving them off its National Register of Citizens. I wonder what those people did to get that. 1.9 million people. That's only 3 years ago. India said, "The hell with you! You're no longer Indian citizens." Okay, and finally, a Black Panther reference. In 2020, singer Akon, I never heard of him, lays the first stone for Akon City, a futuristic solar-powered city to be built in Senegal, saying it will be the real-life version of Wakanda in Black Panther. I can't wait for the Wakanda Forever movie to come out. I'm a big fan of those movies. All right, Mac, what do you think?
Okay, so can we switch gears from Black Panther to Pink Panther? Is there a significant day in history for Pink Panther?
Well, these are all on this day. I'm sure there are what you're looking for, but the only info I get is whatever happened on this day. Uh, the Pink Panther. Uh, yeah, I used to love those movies. Jacques Clouseau, very funny actor, the guy who played him there. What was his name?
Inspector Clouseau. Just an absolutely most cool introduction to cool jazz. The Henry Mancini soundtrack for the Pink Panther. Just absolutely so cool. Too cool for school.
Oh yes, yes. We had the record album, or a couple of them from Mancini. I do believe he also wrote the theme song for the Clint Eastwood movies, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, and For a Few Dollars More.
Too true, too true. Yep. There's unfortunately in our day and age we don't have talents like that anymore. Well, maybe they're out there. Maybe they're out there, but they're just kind of overshrouded with rap songs and other things of mainstream brocade. But we'll look forward to a day when the true talent will shine through.
Yeah, Mac, I don't know about you, but I don't like today's music at all. I mean, I can't believe these people are getting signed for record deals. I mean, music is just horrible nowadays, man. Um, it's just not quality, you know. Um, Back in the day, people wrote songs to tell a story, and nowadays it's a bunch of nonsense, if you ask me. But hey, if they're making money off it, good for them.
Yeah, Roger that. What they call music today, we called something else. Anyways, at the risk of not being politically correct, I'll just bite my tongue and suck it up real good. Yeah, I think we share some opinions there. Anyways, there's definitely new age music that's coming through that doesn't have that nuance to it, and there are musicians that are still picking up the ball and carrying the true styles of music forward that are melodic and pleasing to the ear.
Yeah. Well, if you ask me, I'd rather listen to an old aging rock band from the 80s or 90s that are still trying, still playing their music than to listen to today's music. That's my preference. I actually just downloaded a whole whack of music uh, and put it on my phone. I put a larger memory card in my phone and said, "Oh, look at all this space I have." And so I think I put like 25 gigs of music on there. So I got, and it's all music that I picked. So, if I don't if I don't want to listen to a certain song, I'll just hit the next button and move on to the next one. So yeah,
Does that include a popular band with a one-armed drummer?
you bet. Got them all. I got Scorpions, Def Leppard, a little bit of Iron Maiden, not much. Of course, all the rock bands. I mean, Boston, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, you name it, Ozzy, Jethro Tull. A lot of bands that only made like one album, but damn, they were good. So, oh yeah, I could. Peter Sellers, thanks, Kevin. Peter Sellers was Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah, Roger that. Yep. And kind of watered down the persona when Steve Martin played the remake of the movie, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I still like the little pink guy, the the cartoon version. I guess it's the big 12-year-old that comes out in me every time I hear that song, and I can see that cool little pink dude shuffling down the street. Yes, that's me. Anyways, yes, Inspector Clouseau, Peter Sellers. And he always had that little Asian fella that was going to jump out of the curtains and attack him at any point in time. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, nobody could replace Peter Sellers for that role. Steve Martin doesn't even come close. But yeah, whenever I hear the beginning of that tune there, the Pink Panther intro, I see a pink cat in there too, in my head. So yeah, very fun times after school for sure. All right, there, Mac. Well, it's 9:48 p.m. Currently 23.6 degrees outside the CJZ studio. So we're going to do another call out, and if not, maybe we'll say goodnight a little bit early.
All right, let's give a shout out and scare up a bunch of neighbors that wouldn't otherwise key up. Best of luck there, Chuck. Turn the power up.
Yeah, we'll try this one and the remote station and see what happens. But anyways, pretty slow night, like we mentioned earlier. Currently, we have 10. 10 check. Oh, no, we don't. We have 9. We're looking for number 10. Wait, no, Kevin is number 10. I didn't put him on the list yet. EE3, KKP. Can't forget Kevin. He's listening on the YouTube live stream. If anybody wants to play it back, just put in my call sign in the YouTube search box, and that is VA3CJZ. And tonight's title is AREG Week 1511. Speaking of which, next week will be obviously 1512. 1,512 consecutive weeks for the AREG, and that equals 29 years. So next week, we hope to hear lots of you come on and say hello for the 29th year anniversary of the AREG that John Sims first started out in Dundas, VE3JSU. All right, well, let's see if anybody else is out there would like to check in before we wrap things up. This is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Any new check-ins want to drop by and say hello? Come on in. All right, well, let's try the remote station, the Flamborough station here that I'm transmitting on, and see if anybody would like to check in to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, looking for check-ins. Okay, nothing heard on that front. So as we are nearing 10 p.m., it is 9:51 currently. So Mac, we'll give you the last word. I don't think, unless there's anybody else still with us. Is there still anyone else with us? Woo, that's a slow one. Tough crowd. Okay, Mac, over to you for the 7-3 round. You're the only one left.
Just the two of us. Well, that's not even singing. You can make it you and I, or we can make it you and I. Anyways, Chuck, it's not about the numbers, it's about the quality. And what I'm going to tell you is you got that. So the always a good quality conversation when Chuck keys up on Wednesday evening and shares his heart and soul with the rest of the radio community. So 7-3, Chuck, great net. May only be 10, might only be 2. That's okay. We've had a chance to spend some time together, and like-minded individuals having a little chit-chat on the radio is definitely not a waste of time, and it's certainly something that we need to keep going. There's heritage here, and I'm glad that you're committed to it. So thanks again, Chuck, for your dedication to this ongoing endeavor, and we're going to look forward to a big crowd coming in to wish you all the best, wish ourselves all the best in celebrating the anniversary next week. Anyways, so Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to wax poetic. So we'll just turn it back to you, and maybe I'll get a little bit weepy, but we're going to have to say goodnight now. 7-3s to one and all, whether you're keying up or not. Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey. Be standing by for your return.
Okay, there, Mac. Well, you're right. It's been a good quality conversation or conversations that we had tonight with everyone that came on board, as we always do. And we try and fill time up with events on this day and birthdays and stuff like that. And hopefully this radio blackout nonsense will be over with for another little while, and we can enjoy some good conditions on HF. So good luck to everyone with the conditions slowly returning back to normal. And I'd like to thank everyone who participated in tonight's AREG, whether you keyed up or not. It doesn't matter. And those of you who watched us on YouTube as well. So we'll say goodnight for now. Next week is the 29th anniversary. Hope to hear lots of you come in and say hello for that. So we'll bid everyone a 7-3. Enjoy the rest of the week, Mac and everyone else. We've we're almost over hump day, and just 2 more days to go. All right, I hear my dog barking, so hopefully the wife will let him in. She just came home. And so I'll say goodnight to everybody. This is Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu Chuck in Hamilton saying good night. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.